Hi again. Welcome to Professor Snyder's, that's me, Music Biz News. And to kick this off, I have breaking news. You know, those kinds of sounds when you have breaking news. Um, as I've mentioned before, there's a company, an AI company named SUNO, that the record labels have been involved in lawsuits with because SUNO is using artificial intelligence to create music from scratch that includes all the aspects of a song, including, the music and the lyrics and the vocals and things like that. And it arrives at this music by using the immense amount of data that it has scraped from the internet. And of course, a lot of that data comes from copyrighted material. That they announced that Amazon has partnered with Suno so that anybody with an Amazon account can create AI generated music from scratch using Suno. Amazon has unveiled a new AI powered version of its Alexa, and among the capabilities of the next generation Alexa Plus is an integration with Suno. The new partnership will allow Alexa users to generate an AI song in seconds using a voice prompt. Using Alexa's integration with Suno, you can turn simple creative requests into complete songs, including vocals, lyrics, and instrumentation, Amazon said in a blog post on Wednesday, that's February 26th. Added Amazon, looking to delight your partner with a personalized song for their birthday based on their love of cats, of course, or surprise your kid by creating a rap using their favorite cartoon characters. Alexa Plus has you covered. Announcing the partnership in a social media post on Wednesday, Suno wrote, "We're so excited to announce that Suno will be coming to Alexa Plus, so you can make any song you can imagine with the next generation of Alexa." Two industry sources say that Amazon's music partners were not given any notable heads up about this deal with Suno from Amazon. One adds that it's pretty ridiculous that a company that owns and operates its own licensed legitimate music service like Amazon would go ahead and launch a product like this when their partners, the record labels, are in the midst of a high-profile lawsuit with Suno. So as I've pointed out before, the era of listening to music from a passive perspective, that era is coming to an end because listeners not only will listen, now they can create. They're participating in the creative process of creating music by using artificial intelligence. And they're having fun creating the music. So the mystery of songwriting and musicianship is being vanished to the masses when all they have to do is wake up in the morning and tell Alexa Plus, please write a love song to my partner about how fun it was when we were in Mexico, and make it in the style of Motown 1980s. And within seconds, a song will be written by Amazon. So for my next topic, a couple of weeks ago, I spoke at a conference, music industry conference, being hosted by Millersville University. And my panel was about AI. And while I was waiting for my panel to begin, there were other panels. And a lot of the questions that mostly students had for the panelists were very 1990s type of questions I've been hearing for decades. How do I get signed to a record label? How does a record label find new artists and new songs? These have been the questions that everybody has asked forever. And of course, a lot of the answers were fallbacks on the way things have been, in which an A&R person, that's artist and repertoire, who works for the record label, would go out into the world and find the next big hit. In other words, somebody, usually young, would be assigned the job of having their ear to the ground to discover the new artist and sign the new artist to the record label. And in the past, that would mean they would look at any kind of radio play, they would fly out to watch them perform, or the artist would go to the record labels and perform for showcases or whatever. And if the A&R person thought that they had hit potential, then they would bring them back to the record label to be signed. And sometimes it was a full contract, sometimes it was a demo deal just to see how they would sound on a record. And if the record label did sign them, then the A&R person's job was sort of to shepherd the artist through the whole process of making a record and the budget and some producing credits sometimes and things like that. So like I said, that is very 1990s and maybe early 2000s, but that is not the way it is anymore. A&R is pretty well a bygone gig if you hope to go work at a record label and be an A&R person. Yes, it does sound fun to be the person who goes out to find new bands, but you're now competing with AI. The idea that an A&R person is going to come and watch you play at a club and sign you to a record label is very, very, even worse odds of that than in the past. So here is an actual A&R report from the past. It shows the artists that this A&R people had found, and they're giving progress reports to their bosses at the record labels. And I'm going to, so you can take a closer look at this. You can find it on my blog that's associated with this podcast that I always have down in the comments. The blog has links to all the articles I referred to, and I will also post this A&R report so you can get a closer look at it if you want to. Artificial and repertoire. Instead of A&R, artist and repertoire, it's artificial. Get it? AI. How has AI restructured the A&R industry? While AI's usage within the generative creative realms of the music industry, such as beat making and idea generation, is very well known and visible. We've all seen the use of AI to create songs, like we just heard about with SUNO. AI is being used everywhere, whether visible or behind the scenes. The presence of AI in the artist and repertoire industry is strong and has grown steadily over the past 6 years. Now AI serves as an analytical tool. It discovers new artists, predicts social media trends, organizes music libraries, and uses algorithms to determine if your song has hit potential. AI programs in the A&R industry can help meet the demands caused by streaming platforms and the gargantuan amount of music being uploaded to them daily. There are 3 musically inclined AI companies that I'm going to refer to. The first is Instrumental. Instrumental uses AI to predict, analyze, and sign successful artists. It sifts through data from streaming services and social websites to find, predict, analyze emerging talent. Its algorithm can flag potential up-and-coming artists based on its massive scale of data analysis. According to the founders, the program is designed to automate the scouting and profiling processes traditionally handled by A&R representatives. In other words, traditionally handled by humans. Instrumental can find a budding artist on the internet, analyze their data, decide if the artist will be successful, and so then send a quick text to an A&R team to let them know about this artist that AI has discovered. And most notable examples of this, of artists found by Instrumental's algorithm, are Lil Nas X, Tones and I, and Arizona Zervas. Each were identified months or even years before the major labels even signed them. So AI had already put Lil Nas X on the radar. An artist is flagged hot by Instrumental's algorithm if they are experiencing multiple types of success on the internet at once. Multiple types of success on the internet at once, such as playlisting and various forms of high social media engagement, such as shares, subscriptions, and so on. It can find and match artists to microgenres, matching around 5,000 artists with 4,000 plus genres a week. It manages watch lists on behalf of record companies so they can keep an eye on growing artists. Watch lists pull in additional social data about each artist, in addition to Instrumental's own daily ratings, with one based on growth and one based on line engagement and popularity. Any spikes in status automatically generates an email and or text alert that is sent to the label's A&R teams. In 2020, Tencent, Chinese company, investment in Instrumental led the company to scale back its algorithm licensing business. Instead, Instrumental launched its own independent artist services platform called FRTYFYVE. I have no idea how to pronounce that, which is a marketing agency on the surface and a record label at its core. Each signee must meet specific development criteria. They generate up to millions of streams per Spotify track with loyal, strong listeners. Yet they don't ever hit the Billboard charts. They are encouraged to promote market success by releasing large amounts of music, at least 12 pieces of music each year. And their success is built directly around intense data analysis. This company the record label encourages their artists to allow their marketing decisions to be driven by their fan base rather than by industry experts. The next company we'll talk about is Musio. I think that's how you pronounce it, which is a Singapore-based music technology startup. And it sets itself apart from other musically inclined AI companies by actually listening to audio files to predict a song's success. Rather than using data analysis, Musio's core technology is AI machine learning, which processes whole audio files to look for patterns and to extract information such as tags and features. Its products include a more recently developed hit potential algorithm, along with its readily available AI tagging and searching technologies, and additionally APIs, all of which are currently for sale via their website. Each audio file that it analyzes is broken down, translated into a mathematical form that a computer analyzes. Then data from the song is extracted and organized in a completely customizable structure. Its technology has been thoroughly trained, AI trained, to look for elements in songs that are found in viral, chart-topping hits, along virtually every thinkable element that makes objectively good music good. Through machine learning, Musio can now listen to any song and decide if it will be a hit or a miss. Any song, no matter how big or small, can be analyzed and characterized as a hit. Musio can listen to an unreleased song and decide if that song has hit potential simply based on how it sounds. It analyzes the music itself for data points. Additionally, because of its audio and file analysis method, Musio's search technology can literally search a song with a song. In 2022, Musio was acquired by SoundCloud and now officially operates under the name Musio by SoundCloud. The next company that I'm going to refer to is called Sodatone, and it is part of Warner Music Group. And it uses both public and private data analysis to understand and visualize artist potential. It provides support for artist discovery, evaluation, marketing, insights, and streamlines the A&R workflow, helping the industry adapt to the constant changes of the streaming world. Sodotone is another machine learning based platform that can analyze and assist artists and their A&R reps. Part of its goal is to shift the human brain power of A&R into the artist development space rather than the artist scouting profiling space. Sodotone has a mobile app, but it's an internal application and it's used only by labels and affiliates that are part of Warner Music Group. The app features searchable information about both on-roster and off-roster artists, meaning A&R reps using this app can track their own artist and keep an eye on other non-Warner Music Group artists, sort of like spying, who has Sony signed, or independent artists. Sodotone artists, those who were discovered through the technology, possesses a compiled total of 40 billion streams across streaming platforms, according to the site. In conclusion, it's quite clear that AI technologies are absolutely revolutionizing the A&R industry and have been doing so for quite some time. From using an algorithm to find the next big artist in all corners of the internet, to breaking down an audio file of a song, to analyze its potential success, or to running a major label from a smartphone. The possibilities of using AI are endless, even in this particular space of the music industry. So the next topic came from a suggestion from Rod Gales, who has a music school and is a bass teacher and just all-around great musician. And he was curious how AI is being used, if at all, in live performances. Well, turns out it is. Taylor Swift, enhancing fan engagement with AI. Taylor Swift is known for her innovative use of technology to connect with her fans. During her Reputation Stadium tour, Swift used AI-powered facial recognition technology to identify her fans in the crowd. The technology was used to spot known stalkers and ensure the safety of her fans. The AI system scanned the faces of concertgoers as they entered the venue and compared them to a database of known threats. And then there's Katy Perry, creating immersive experiences with AI. She's embraced AI to create visually stunning and immersive concert experiences. During her Witness, the tour, Perry used AI-powered stage visuals and lighting to create a futuristic and dynamic atmosphere. The AI-driven lighting system was able to adapt to Perry's movements and the rhythm of the music, creating a synchronized and captivating visual experience. In the electric duo Daft Punk, which I have some of their records, has used AI-driven visuals to create stunning live shows. Also, Björk of Iceland, Cornucopia tour featured AI-generated visuals and lighting that adapted to her live performances, creating a unique and immersive concert experience. Artists like Armin van Buuren have utilized AI to create real-time visual effects that react to the music's beats and melodies, enhancing the audience's sensory experience. So here's an article. AI in live music, enhancing performances and audience engagement. AI in live music. And this article was written by AI. So here are the different ways AI is being used for the live music experience. AI-driven visuals and lightings adapt to music in real time, creating an immersive experience for the audience. Tools like Notch and Derivative enable dynamic stage designs that respond to live performances. By analyzing the tempo, rhythm, and mood of the music, AI systems can synchronize lighting effects and visuals to enhance the overall concert experience. In other words, artists don't have to fit into programmed light shows using sync tracks. Now, the light shows will follow what the artists are doing and playing and how they're moving and what the atmosphere is like, maybe emotionally. So no two shows are alike. Every show would be different because artists typically move differently and they play differently every time. They're not perfect. They're not machines. AI can be used to create interactive stage designs that respond to audience movements and reactions. For example, motion sensors and AI algorithms can detect audience movement and adjust the stage visuals accordingly. This creates a more engaging and interactive concert experience, blurring the lines between the performers and the audience. Additionally, AI can control physical stage elements, such as moving platforms, pyrotech, robotic props, and synchronize them with the music and audience reaction. This adds a new dimension to live performances, making them more dynamic and unpredictable. Facial recognition and sentiment analysis. AI can analyze audience reactions in real time, providing feedback to artists and event organizers. Facial recognition and sentiment analysis technologies can gauge audience emotions and responses. By analyzing facial expressions, AI can determine whether the audience is enjoying the performance, is bored, or disengaged. This data can be displayed to performers through their discrete monitors or earpieces, allowing them to adjust their performance in real time. For instance, if the AI detects a drop in audience engagement, the artist might choose to interact more with the crowd or switch to a more popular song. Adjusting performances based on feedback. This data helps in adjusting performances and improving audience engagement. For example, if the AI detects that the audience is losing interest, the artist can modify the set list or interact more with the crowd to re-engage them. Real-time feedback allows for a more responsive and adaptive performance, ensuring that the audience remains entertained throughout the show. AI can also suggest changes in lighting, visuals, and sound based on audience reactions, making the entire production more fluid and responsive. This creates a more immersive experience for the audience, who feel that their reactions are influencing the performance. And don't forget, a lot of the major acts, when you're on stage with the lights in your eyes, you really can't see the audience. And so you're just hoping that you're connecting, or you're peering out into the audience, or you jump out into the audience. But AI now is doing all that for you to let you know whether you're doing a good job of performing or not, because that's why you're there, to perform. AI can also be used to enhance audience interaction during live performances. For instance, AI-powered chatbots can engage with the audience before, during, and after the concert, answering questions, providing information about the event. This level of interaction enhances the overall concert experience, makes the audience feel more connected to the performance. During the concert, AI-driven apps can allow audience members to participate in real-time polls, to choose songs, control certain elements of the stage production. The interactive layer adds a new dimension to live music, making it a collaborative experience between the artist and the audience. So, seems that there's a lot going on with AI that people should start to investigate, that is already being used, and perhaps will become the norm in future years, where you can walk into a club and AI will know if everybody's talking instead of listening, and tell the artist, look, you're losing your audience, you need to play something more upbeat. Or your audience is getting too riled up, you need to calm them down with a love song, who knows? That's AI. And finally, for Jonsey's Cat Shit Crazy Pick. Jonsey's Cat Shit Crazy Pick is a new album released by over 1,000 musicians in protest of the UK's proposed AI copyright law. The album is named Is This What We Want? And it features ambient noise but no music. A group of musicians hoping the sound of their collective silence speaks volumes to lawmakers in the UK. More than 1,000 artists, including Kate Bush, Cat Stevens, Hans Zimmer, Annie Lennox, released a silent album titled Is This What We Want? On Tuesday in response to the UK government's proposed changes to a copyright law. They argue that changes to the law proposed late last year would allow artificial intelligence companies to build their products using other people's copyrighted work, music, artwork, text, and more, without a license, according to a website for the album. Here are the tracks. The first song, British, second song, government must not legalize music theft to benefit AI companies. And it's an album of recordings of empty studios and performance spaces, representing the effect the government's plan would have on musicians' livelihoods. Being a recording engineer during this time seems like it would be pretty simple. I'm curious how many mics they set up to record nothing, and who's getting songwriting credits and co-writes, and who is going to be the publisher of all this silence. So thank you for watching.